Hey, and welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our journey to 250,000 subscribers. We're almost at 200, so if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button and share with a friend. So the other day, I had Brett Meiselas on with me on Political Beatdown, and I want to show you a clip. It was very personal to me, where I told a story about what I just experienced as I was heading to Rome, Italy, where I was on television there just a couple of days ago, about some veterans that were on the airplane with me and who also stood by me when we were picking up our suitcases on the carousel. So I met and we were just discussing how Donald Trump has literally no respect for our veterans, has no respect for literally anyone or anything other than himself. Play that clip.
But Donald Trump was asked in Michigan if he would accept the results of this election. This is what he said.
Do you trust the process this time around?
Did I what?
Do you trust the process this time around?
I'll let you know in about 33 days. No, look, I'm in 33 days.
On the debate tonight, sir.
So still engaging in this election denialism, still can't give a coherent answer on the issue, looking slow, dilapidated, just like a shell of his former self, and absolutely unfit to be president of the United States. Another instance where he's unfit to be president of the United States, when he was speaking about our troops, and he continues to do this also, Cohen, and like everywhere he goes. He manages to denigrate our amazing troops everywhere he goes.
He is such an asshole. He's such an asshole. And, he thinks he's all powerful, right? Standing up there on the podium, pointing, right? Imagine this, Brett. Every time that you're going to speak, go ahead, Brett. Go ahead, Brett. It's obnoxious, right? With his finger pointing. It's beyond, I just got back. I was in Rome, for 3 days. I was on television on Rai 3, Italian television.
Look at you. Buongiorno. Yeah.
Yeah, buongiorno is right. And, they flew me there. It was wonderful. They treated me like a king. And I was before this live studio audience talking about politics and NATO and Italy and yada, yada, on how bad it would be if Donald Trump becomes president. They hate him in Italy, by the way. The reason I bring this up is on my flight going to Italy, there were two gentlemen, elder gentlemen with their wives in front of me, and they were both wearing Vietnam veteran hats. And of course, one of them came over to me and he said, "Are you Michael Cohen?" I said, "I am." So he goes, "Stand up, young man." And I did. I was very curious. And he goes, "I want to shake your hand." He goes, "I want to say thank you for standing up." I had tears in my eyes. I want to be honest with you. The nicest man, right, wearing that Vietnam veteran hat. And I said to him, no, you don't thank me. I thank you. Because the only reason that I have the ability to do what I'm doing today, the only reason that I have freedom and that my children have freedom, and God willing, one day my grandchildren and great-grandchildren, if I can live long enough to see that, it's because of you and the sacrifice that you went through. And I said, the gentleman that's sitting with you up there, with his wife, he's also a Vietnam veteran. They were friends. They became friends in the trench. Could you imagine this? And they remain friends to this day. And so he said to me, "How did you work for that asshole for so long?" I said, "Can I be honest with you? He wasn't this type of an asshole. From 2007 to 2017, and then even before that, when I wasn't working for him, but I was doing legal work for the company, he wasn't that kind of asshole. He was an asshole, but then again, so what, right? He's become the worst version of himself imaginable. So yeah, veterans hate Trump. Real veterans, not the fake bullshit ones that you see on social media that says, proud MAGA veteran. And so right. Most of them are bots. They're full of shit and so on. But go ahead, show this clip on his bullshit it infuriates me because, you ever think about what it must be like, Brett, to be there in war with people getting shot by snipers and explosive devices and, just being there in the middle of a field and you have no idea if you're making it home every second. Just unbelievable. And that this man, Donald von Schitzenpants, has the fucking gall to call them losers and suckers. And I can't. It just, Captain Buck Private Bone Spur sitting there, and those that ended up with, with traumatic brain injuries and PTSD and shrapnel and all the rest. No, I'm not okay with any of it. And that's why he's losing veterans every single day. He's losing their support, and he deserves to lose their support.
Cohen, the bare minimum you should be doing as a president is supporting our troops. Like that's a given. And you shouldn't be downplaying serious injuries that happen to our troops. What are you doing? And here's what Donald Trump said during that same kind of phony press conference that he held. Here's what he said about our troops. Listen to this.
Attacks from Iran, but also, do you believe that you should have been tougher on Iran after they had launched ballistic missiles in 2020 on U.S. forces in Iraq, leaving more than 100 U.S. soldiers injured?
So, first of all, injured. What does injured mean? Injured means you mean because they had a headache, because the bombs never hit the fort. So just so you understand, there was nobody ever tougher in Iraq. They had no money with me. They would have made any deal with me. I would have had a deal made within 1 week after the election.
First of all, it's Iran, not Iraq. He can't even get the country correct. And to downplay the injuries of our troops, I mean, just to remind everybody what happened. More than 100 U.S. troops during the Trump presidency were diagnosed with brain injuries following a missile attack on an air base in Iraq in January 2020. That assault came after the killing of Iranian Revolutionary Guard Soleimani in Iraq a few days earlier. And Donald Trump has the nerve right now to go ahead and to downplay those injuries of our troops. And it's just day in and day out of Donald Trump demeaning and disgracing every single day. We saw it with the losers and suckers comment that you brought up. We've seen it repeatedly with these Medal of Freedom comments that he has made. The man has no respect for our troops. How about his
failure to go ahead, even while he was in Normandy, to lay a wreath right at the tomb because it was raining and didn't want to get his suit and his hair wet? Or it's just, or the fight that just took place while they were over at the what do you call it? Arlington National Cemetery, where you are not permitted within which to use Arlington Cemetery. Think about all of the souls of American soldiers that are there, and he wanted to use it as a political backdrop, as a fucking prop. I can't. The Gold Star families, the families of all of those that are there, for the reason that Brett, you and I in this network, and we all have the ability to speak openly and freely and to criticize our politics. It's not because there's some constitutional or God-given right to it. It's because of people like them. It's because of our soldiers, our men and women in uniform that protect our rights, protect the country day in and day out. I find it to be one of the most disgusting and disgraceful things that Donald has done so far out of everything. And we know that there's a lot of disgraceful shit that he has done, but nothing to me just hits as hard as what he does, and the way that he disparages and denigrates our fallen and our soldiers, our men and women in uniform. Nothing like that really gets, it's fucking depraved, it's odious, it's hateful, it's disgusting in every single way. And you know what? The man does not he does not deserve to be called commander-in-chief, to sit there and to salute another soldier. My feeling is they should fucking rack him right across the side of the head and say, "We will salute you, sir, when you show us the fucking respect that we deserve." Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.